oil base that spoke out and said, Mr. President, you know, you got to get in this thing here. And basically what it does, it really gives a shot of adrenaline to those people who are out there doing the boots on the ground, the social networking, the effort to early voting, the effort to fight the voter suppression. I mean, that's really who needs a good debate, is those folks who are out there really busting ass for you. And I think the president delivered that last night. But here's the thing, Mike. The president sticking with the facts last night. Not afraid to stand up for his record. And I actually think that if the president was devoid in one area, it was he didn't reiterate just what he inherited and just how far we have come. I don't think he can do enough of that. But two problems created for Romney, that on immigration and that on women's issues. And I think they're going to have to mop that up or try to mop it up and answer it. That's going to hit the news cycle for the next 3 or 4 days. And we'll end up with the talking heads on Sunday, which is not good for Romney.
Jamestown.
And, you know, I'll tell you,
the Jamestown bridge.
He delivered what had to be delivered in that kind of setting. And now it's really up to the ad campaigns. I mean, it's up to the ad campaigns to talk about things he didn't talk. When he didn't mention Sensata last night, given the opportunity, you know, here's Sensata, we're getting rid of 170 jobs, shipping them to China. The people working at Sensata having to train Chinese. It's a $1.8 billion revenue company, and we're losing that company. But in the setting that he was given, you don't have time to deliver that. So now the media, his controlled media, the advertising media, has to now take this and they have to get through to low information voters. And you know what? At some point you say, really, you know, you say you're indecisive at this point. Hell, you'd have to be born under a rock. You'd have to be so damn ignorant at this point if you're saying I'm decisive. There are two Americas we're talking about, and if you don't know which America you line up, you know, are you ever gonna change that?
It's the first time I've ever seen a Democrat have a better answer on assault weapons than a Republican.
It really was. You know, it really was.
Oh, let's keep this conversation going. You don't know what the hell he's talking about that either.
Yeah. Well, I think people come away. I'm listening to some of the critics. You just can't please enough. I mean, he could have knocked it out of the park. It wouldn't have changed that for some of the critics that said, you know, he just didn't go far enough. So what? You know, this is not the setting to go. You can't take. You can only take it so far. Low information voters, believe it or not, at this point, this is incredible. But this is the truth. They don't know the facts about Mitt's failure to disclose 10 years of tax returns. They really don't. They don't know that Mitt hides his money offshore or what the hell that means. They don't understand how vulture capitalism works and how Mitt was a part of it. They don't understand the impact of Mitt using Bain Capital to ship jobs overseas. So the point is this. As a matter of fact, this is startling that a lot of them didn't even understand what the hell Obama was talking about when he mentioned 47% last night. But for the base, we do know, you do know, people listening to this program know because they're well informed. But the only thing you can do is say, look, he certainly didn't get hurt. He certainly inflicted some injury to Mitt last night. And now it's up to his structure. It's up to his ground game. It's up to his advertisers to take all these issues that low information, indecisive voters still don't know about. I mean, can you imagine not understanding what in the hell the 47% issue was about? But I can promise you there were people last night that were scratching their head and saying, what is he talking about? So now it's up to his organization to get that story out there, and I think they're capable of doing it.
Let's talk foreign policy for a moment. How can Romney's base, if he's got one, say, that was really a good segment for Mittster? That really worked out really well.
Yeah.
How the hell can they do that?
Well, the problem they have on foreign policy, everything from the Libya idiotic response. I mean, it's interesting. If you take a look at the stories today, Ed, just that misstatement, about, from a fact-check standpoint, he looked like a liar last night, okay? Mitt looked like a liar, and I think the people that don't know anything, I mean, if you take people who don't know any of these issues, the important issues, he looked like a liar, and that's the kind of story that will take place today and tomorrow through the fact-check process. And it's not that the low information voters are going to go back and look at the stories about fact check. They saw it for themselves. They saw when it was called out and said, look, you know, that's not right, Mitt. He did talk about terrorism. It's little things like that that have a bigger impact than substance in a debate. And so I think we try to overreach on the debate. We try to say that there's too much that comes out of it. We're happy, and you said it. You summed it up. What was it for? It was for the base. It was for people listening to this program that say, by God, I lost confidence in his ability as a debater. He's a great stump speaker, but now I know he has the ability to carry his own in a debate, and that's very important.
That's really what it's about. The third and final debate is going to be on foreign policy, which, of course, sets the table pretty rough for Mitt Romney, I think. The president, I thought, really did very well with that last night and has a lot to talk about, and a lot of policy issues that are forward-thinking. That Romney is being controlled by this neocon crowd that was, they're all surrounded by a bunch of Bushies.
Yeah, I wish that would have come out. There was no mention last night that the foreign policy advisors that Mitt has are Bush advisors. The economic advisors that Mitt Romney has were the Bush team advisors. The energy advisors that Mitt has were the Bush advisors. War policy advisors were the Bush advisors. That's the kind of thing you can deliver quickly and people get. I didn't hear that last night. Hopefully that's going to be developed a little bit more.
Mike Pampatonio, Ring of Fire radio host, great friend of mine in this radio show, and our listeners love you. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Ed.
We'll do it again. 1-877-934-6833. This is where America comes to talk, the Ed Schultz Radio Show. And a reminder that the Ed Show on MSNBC will be coming to you from Freeport, Illinois, this Friday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern. A live show on exactly how Mitt Romney's going to get tough on China. He's going to get so tough on China, he's going to send him some jobs. And we're going to talk to the folks who have lost a lot, in a community that's lost a lot, because of an economic model that has been developed and nurtured, and one that Mitt Romney believes in. And I think every worker in this country should be very much afraid of. 1-877, we got Ed. Let's go. Your calls. When we come back, you've got the floor. I'd be remiss if I didn't share the microphone with you. We're right back.
Don't miss another dose of Big Eddie. The Ed Show, tonight at 8 Eastern on MSNBC.
Ladies, how many pounds have you gained since you turned 40? If you're like most women, probably 10 or more. But hundreds of thousands of women have discovered the secret to losing weight after 40. It's called Amberen, and it's the only product on the market today clinically proven to cause sustained weight loss for women over 40 with no special diets or exercise programs. You can try Amberen absolutely risk-free and get a 1-month supply free by calling 1-800-875-7090. The leading cause of weight gain in women over 40 is hormonal imbalance. Until you balance your hormones, losing weight can be practically impossible. Amberen balances hormones naturally, so the extra weight can fall right off. Yes, even that stubborn tummy fat. Plus, Amberen relieves other symptoms of hormonal imbalance like hot flashes, night sweats, low libido, sleeplessness, and more. Be one of the first 50 callers right now, and they'll send you a complimentary risk-free trial with a 30-day supply free. Free supplies are limited, so call now. 1-800-875-7090. That's 1-800-875-7090.
Sirius XM left 127.
I think rock bottom is that anybody that doesn't understand this fiscal cliff, Republican, Independent, or Democrat, that we're about to face, you got to find a common ground way out of it. It's not going to be your way or the highway. It's nuts.